Hi, welcome to the Quick City Workshop. We're busy pimping up my lawnmower with a brand new hood and some surprises. What we have here now is the plastic shaped. If you didn't watch part 1, I advise you to go on my channel and find part 1 and watch part 1 first. The plastic is shaped already, and I went and I fitted it roughly on the lawnmower, and there's some little bit of bending that needs to be done on this area on both sides. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. We have this clamped, the plastic is still very hot. I'm just going to leave it like this for a couple of minutes and then do the other side. I went back to the lawnmower and fitted it, and there's some additional areas that needs to be bent. There was a lot of fiddling around with this. However, if I do the other side, I'll tape that so you can see exactly how I did that. And then I decided I would like to reuse the original grill, but for that to work, I also need, while this is cooling down, fit it in, and it also needs a little bit of adjustment in this top area. I'm happy how this fits on this side, and I'm happy with that bend there. So all needs to be done is this bend, and then the other side to do that, and to make this side also fit into the front. Right, so removing the clamps. Another thing I would like to do is to give the top of this just a slight more of a curve, just to bring it in with about 1 centimeter, the total width. It's going to help me to get a nice tight fit around the engine. So there you can see this side, it's bent up like that, and the other side still needs to be done, and then this side is bent in to fit a nice snug fit around where it meets the rest of the body of the lawnmower. And I'm very happy with how it's taking shape so far. Now it's just to duplicate what I've done on this side to the other side. Now this end here, I'm going to heat it up in this area and around this, and then also clamp the wood and bend it down the same as the other side. Okay, so there's a gap there that will close up if I add a little bit of more of a radius on top here. So I'm going to do that now while this is still cooling down. And you can see the gap is already much smaller. it almost fits. It's almost there. I'm just going to give this a little bit more. So there we have the shape. I'm going to go to the lawnmower now, and I'll invite you to come with me so that we can see how this fits. So here I am at the lawnmower. This is the piece that fits over the engine, like this, with the hole for the cooling. And then this one goes over the hole. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to mark the position of the two parts relating to each other so that I can fasten the two parts together to become one part. So while I'm here, I'm going to make some measurements for the hinge system, and it's just going to be something that copies this shape like that, and enough place for the bolts to take. And then it's going to be stacked, a thicker material of this stacked together to form a bumper. We're back in our little workshop. I've marked exactly where this piece goes. So if I put it in, you can see where it's supposed to go. So I'm just going to go ahead and fasten everything with these large flange pop rivets. They are long enough to go through both materials, and on the other side a washer so that the pop rivet has something to grip on. You might have noticed that I first started out with a little hand riveter. It was a little bit hard for me, and so this is a lazy tongue riveter. It's very easy to use, but it's a little bit big and it's not so hard on my hands. Now that these two parts are riveted together and they're all in one piece, it will also help to keep the shape of this part, and we are ready to work on the hinge. So I've made a template of the hinge part, and it's going to take some time to copy that to the plastic and to cut it out. I've managed to shape this in such a way that this is the main air intake, and this will fit in like that. And I'm making a bracket for a screw to pull this, basically this grill has got two places where it can be attached. And I've welded, I'll show you now how I did it. I welded this block of plastic in on that area, and all I'm doing is I'm taking the flame, I'm heating up the one side and the other side simultaneously until it melts, but it doesn't burn. Just enough heat to make the plastic soft and melted. And as soon as it starts, a little bit of smoke comes out of the plastic, then you know it's ready. Squeeze it in and wiggle it a bit, and then I'm also using the screwdriver just to, it becomes very plastic, pliable, and yeah, there. What I'm also going to do is just to add a screw as well, just to make it a mechanical bond also, and then just to drill the holes to match it, and then I can actually attach this to that. Now with the grill fitted and screwed in place, and it's very sturdy, I want to basically bend this front end a little bit, shape it a little bit to not end so abruptly. So now that the hood is shaped here and bent and I fitted it and I'm happy, I'm happy with how it all fits together, I'm going to work on the hinge. So what I want to do is I made a template of the shape, and I've got a measurement here of that space in between. I want to reinforce this section where the hinge is going to be pivoting on. So I'm going to add some material on the inside here, and then just build up parts to be like a bumper. Then at least there's something that can absorb that bump. So I've marked out, I've got 18 pieces. I had to get an additional strip, 18 of these, 2 of these, and I'm gonna take my jigsaw now, cut it all out. Right now, the pieces are cut out. They are rough. My idea is to add them all together. Actually, At the end I needed 20 of these pieces, not 18, and this is the basic shape. So after doing some measurements and coming to a conclusion that a straight bump is not going to look good on this, the original one had this curve. You can see it's got a curve, and it's also hollow because the exhaust is right here and there's a lot of heat. So I decided to rather cut out the back a little bit to give a little bit of room there, but still have strength. And then I'm going to stagger them in such a way that it follows this curve. So if you can see these two like that, and the next one like that, and then every other one a little bit up, and then I'm going to follow that curve this way and then back that way. I've clamped the pieces together, and I'm going to roughly shape them a little bit with this tool, and you can see they are clamped, stacked. So where we left off last, I was busy fixing the hinge mechanism to the hood, and what I did is I've attached the hinge and I had to fiddle around a little bit, but I've got it hinging and I put a stopper in there so that when people work on the engine, the hood won't fall all the way to the front. So what I'm left to do is, unfortunately this plastic doesn't take paint so well. So I've decided, instead of trying to match the hood to the rest of the lawnmower, I'm gonna blend it in with additional piece of this plastic. So I made a template, a cardboard template of what it looks like, but I don't want to give a surprise away. So this is basically a template. I'm going to cut it out and then I'll fit it and clean it up, and then we're done. I've got the plastic on top of my workbench and the template, and I'm going to trace it. So there you have it. That's how you pump a lawnmower. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please remember to subscribe if you didn't already do so, and hit that bell button so that you're alerted when I upload a new video. Have a great week.